Last time out, Richard Good had a bit of a nightmare, but still somehow managed to make it through despite the late starts. It was carnage all the way through. Lots of rules were bent and warped. We expect better in this group. While Matthew Harding continues with the struggles with the custom auto, his niece Isabelle Harding in the Ford Mustang Dark Horse proved that she's worthy of a title. Who's going to go through in Group E? Welcome back to the Diecast Wars. As always, I'm your host Rob Allen, and this is Group E. Only 4 spots remain in our series semi-finals. I'm a little bit gutted about today's episode because this should have been the episode that I was racing in. Oh well, needs must, and the show must go on. If you are new around here, please remember to give that sub button a press and the notification bell turned on. As the competition heats up, you ain't going to want to miss any episodes. Let's take a look to see who's going to be appearing in today's episode. Up first, it is the return of Nathan Clark, and for the first time in a long time, he has a new car. It's the BMW M4, racing for Turbo Junkies, one of the most successful teams here at the Diecast Wars. Nathan is the current graphite champion, which cannot be taken from him. Scott Dodds returns from the 6th Wars, so season 6, in the 1994 Lexus LS 400. New car to the track. Scott did okay in season 6. Hopefully he does even better in season 7. At long last, he's making his return to the track. He's only ever appeared once on the channel. It is Vern Davis. Anyone who is in the Diecast community knows who Vern is. If you need an introduction, head on over to Norm and Vern Racing. Brian Hazard in the Rimac Avera. Brian has been trying to get on the channel for a while, and every time he signed up, we've always had to disappear for a little bit. However, he's finally getting his shot. He's got a decent car, but can it do decent results? And Matthew Parisi is back, and he's got himself a new car, this time with the Proton Saga. Now, it says SGX Developments, but since then, he has redone his channel, which is Gravity Tracks Grand Prix. Go and give it a follow if you haven't already. And taking my place is Season 3 champion, 2020 Champion of Champions. It's seeded number 4. It's Tyler McCann, racing for Big Chungus' Tire and Donuts, the other most successful team here at the Diecast Wars. This is going to be an interesting one. Same as it has been for the remainder of the groups. Seeded driver will start on the furthest of the left and make his way. Every car will go down each track once, unless of course they end up on their roof or on their side. By this point you should know the rules. If you haven't, head on over to our Facebook page and you can find the full rules and regulations there. And it wouldn't be Diecast Wars without the merger, proving why it is a tricky one to get past. The yellow flag is already up, which means somebody is on their roof or side. The Rimac Navera, by the looks of it, taking a very early lead, and Scott Dodds in the Lexus also taking a bonus point as well. Remember, crossing the line gives you a bonus point on top of where you finish on the track. Points are awarded so long as you finish from 6 down to 1. Crossing the line will give you an extra 1, as seen here with the graphics. So Matthew Parisi was the driver that DNF'd, unfortunately, so he will not be partaking in this lap. He will sit out. Right then, on to lap 2. We're going to find out and see who does well this lap. The Rimac Navera off to a good lap again, and a big smash at the back. Someone's gone over the ramped bank. And the Rimac Navera goes 2 for 2 on crossing the lines in first place. A little bit of it's quite close there. Oh, the carbonator's reversing, which means the car in front of it will bag some extra points. Let's take a look at that replay. Who went over the barrier? Bam! Oh, look at that. It's Nathan Clark. Did a sweet grind over the bank barrier and ended up on the roof of his car, taking a little bit of a page there from his teammate Mark Jarvis from the Premier League. Mark coming up in the next group, by the way. On now with lap 3. Good lead start for the Lexus, I should say, but the Rimac seems to have pinched it. Yellow flag elsewhere, so someone is on there. God knows who. Oh, you can see it. Who is that? Well, the Rimac's gone 3 for 3 for fastest laps. Well, fastest laps, crossing the line first, I should say. Carbonator in second there. I think that's Scott Dodds in the Lexus. Let's take a look. Well, Matthew Parisi went over first, and yes, the Lexus did also follow. So Matthew Parisi and Scott Dodds will be sitting out of the next lap. Obviously, Nathan rejoins in a moment. Vern getting caught up with Matthew Parisi. Vern's still getting points though, that's the main thing. So there's Scott on his roof, and there's Matthew on his roof, holding up Vern. It won't be an obstruction because when you're on your roof, you can't be helped. But as you can see, it's very close. Rhino Hazard leading away with it. 12 points for Tyler and 11 for two others. On now with the next lap. And the Rimac has another clear lap. Nathan trying to catch up in the BMW, loses it a bit there in the back. The Rimac going, Nathan trying to catch, same with Tyler. The Rimac crosses the line and so does Nathan. No one on their roof this time. Rimac 4 for 4 on perfect laps. We've not had anyone get a full house at the moment. A full house of 42 points. Clean up from everyone. Vern losing a bit of power there, but he still gets points, and at this stage in the game, every point is crucial. On now with lap 5 or 6 drivers back on the grid. The Rimac out in front again. Is it going to go 5 for 5? Bam! Someone's on their roof, and I think it's Matthew Parisi. The Rimac being chased down by the Carbonator. The Rimac's gone 5 for 5. The Carbonator can't keep up. Doesn't cross the line, so won't bag any of them bonus points. There's the Rimac just in a league of its own. Look at it, it's just gone. It's not Matthew Parisi on his roof, it's Nathan Clark. Nathan Clark going out in lap 5 means he won't race in lap 6, so his race comes to an end. And Scott Dodds has done the same, he's on his roof as well. Vern's still on his wheels there, looking at the disappointed Scotsman. So Nathan Clark and Scott Dodds will be sitting out of, essentially their race is over, they won't be partaking anymore. The question is, can Rhino Hazard make it a full house? We'll soon find out. On now with the 6th and final lap, and it's a good start for the Rimac again. All eyes on the Rimac. Vern Davis hunting down Matthew Parisi, coming into the back of Vern. The Carbonator trying to get past as well. The Rimac gets a full house, and Matthew Parisi causes an obstruction on Vern. Full house for Rhino Hazard. We never thought we'd see that done. Let's take a look at this. It was clean, but there's a small contact between the Canadian and the Australian. Beautifully done to try and stop the Carbonator getting past. That's not... Well, it doesn't matter what it is, because we have our very first full house, and the man that takes my position in this tournament is also going through, so I can't really complain. There is confirmation that Tyler McCann goes through with 25 points. Vern Davis 2 points off. All he needed. It's such a shame, but don't worry, we will see Vern again at some point. But the Rimac with the full 42 points. Now that Rimac has just become the man to watch. Rhino Hazard, take a bow, my friend. But that is all we have time for. We have got 10 out of 12 spaces booked for the series semi-finals. Big massive thank you to everyone that's partaking today. Big massive thank you to you for watching and taking the time out of your day to watch this little diecast video. We will be back in a couple of days with Group F of Season 7, where then we will have our 12 drivers. Mark Jarvis, the long-awaited final seed for the tournament, makes his return in Group F, along with my partner and Judge Jess, so I will be taking the role of Judge in the next episode. With only 2 spots left to go, I guarantee you it's going to be like a cat fight.